Merry Christmas. In the hustle and bustle of Christmas time, are you seeing the four common words, love, joy, hope, and peace, as you send out cards, as you're wrapping gifts and putting up decorations? I know I have. Today I wanted to talk about hope. And I wanted to share with you in the passage of 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 13. And now I will show you the most excellent way. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, and it is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. In thinking about hope, two of the verses that stood out to me was, love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. And the last verse, and now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. When we were talking in last episode about joy, we saw that it was connected to love. And here we see that hope is connected to love. And in the very first episode, when we talked about love, we discovered that God is love, and that God's love begins with Him. And in His unconditional love, He sent His Son, whom He loved, to be God in the flesh, to pay the wages of sin, which is death, so that our relationship with God, our Creator, could be restored, and that we would have the hope of eternal life with Him, to walk with God face to face one day. Jesus is our hope. There are times in life that we may find ourselves hopeless, in hopelessness, that our trial and tribulation is so much to bear. And I wonder if in those times of hopelessness, is it because we've taken our eyes off of Jesus, who is our hope, and we've placed it in things like money, homes, possessions, job security, insurance, relationships? Those things can be good, but those things will come and those things will go. But Jesus also tells us in His Word that He will be with us always until the end of this age. When Jesus, before He was going to be crucified, He prayed that God would take away the cup of affliction. But in God's goodness for us, He did not. Therefore, we cannot expect that in our cup of affliction that it will be taken away. But our hope is that Jesus is always with us. And our hope is this life is not as good as it gets, but we have a hope of eternal life with Him. If we place our hope and our eyes on Jesus while we're in the midst of a trial and difficult circumstance, we will feel His love, we will feel joy, we will feel hope, because He is with us and He is our hope. I pray as we study these scriptures that they're being deeply rooted into our innermost being. And as we're seeking God and growing to be the church that He intended us to be, that we're experiencing His love and His joy and His hope this Christmas season. Merry Christmas.